Recently, Burkina Faso's military leader, Ibrahim Traore, dispatched high-ranking military generals to Rwanda, a nation under the rule of another military leader for the past 23 years. Despite a prior collective security pact between Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali, there was widespread anticipation of Rwanda joining the alliance. This expectation stems from the considerable influence of Rwanda's leader, Paul Kagame, who is recognized as one of the most powerful African leaders. The prospect of Kagame aligning with Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali would create a formidable alliance, instilling fear in Western powers. Despite earlier attempts by the West to dissuade Rwanda from involvement, recent developments indicate a shift in dynamics. Captain Ibrahim Traore seeks to bring Paul Kagame to the negotiating table, leading to the dispatch of his generals to Rwanda for secretive discussions and agreements that have heightened concerns among Western nations. The Chief of General Staff of the Burkina Faso Armed Forces and his delegation conducted an official visit to Rwanda this month. During the visit, he paid respects to the victims of the 1994 genocide by visiting the Kigali Genocide Memorial and the Campaign Against Genocide Museum at the Parliament Building in the afternoon. However, these visits to historical sites were part of a larger plan, indicating that the Chief of General Staff had not come solely to pay homage, but to discuss confidential matters. The delegation engaged in discussions at the Rwanda Defense Force headquarters with the Honorable Minister of Defense, Juvenal Murizamunda, and the RDF Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General M.K. Mubarak, aiming to explore ways to enhance cooperation with the Rwanda Defense Force. The Burkina Faso Armed Forces delegation received briefings on selected defense facilities and welfare schemes, including Zidma CSS, military medical insurance, and the Armed Forces Shop. As part of their schedule, they also visited the Rwanda Military Academy, DACO. It's noteworthy that the Chief of General Staff was accompanied by other generals. One of them included the Inspector General of Burkina Faso's police force, who met with the police chiefs of Rwanda. Inspector General of Police Felix Namuharana hosted his counterpart, Controller General Dr. Roger Ouedraogo, at the Rwanda National Police General Headquarters in Kigali for a week-long visit aimed at strengthening police cooperation. IGP Namuharana expressed appreciation for the visit, emphasizing Rwanda's policing accomplishments since its establishment 23 years ago. The RNP, Rwanda National Police, has made significant investments in training, acquiring policing equipment, and enhancing operational capabilities to ensure security not only in Rwanda, but also in other countries like the Central African Republic, South Sudan, and Mozambique, where Rwanda has deployed police units. The visit facilitated the exchange of ideas and experiences on various policing aspects, further strengthening the groundwork for a robust partnership in addressing law enforcement challenges. Controller General Orogo acknowledged Rwanda's exemplary policing and conveyed a desire to learn from Rwanda's contributions to security and development. Born in southern Rwanda in 1957, Kagame's early life involved navigating anti-Tutsi operations, growing up in Rwandan communities and Ugandan refugee camps. He later joined the National Resistance Army in Uganda. Upon his return to lead the RPF in Rwanda, the country faced significant challenges, including looted coffers, mass killings, traumatized survivors, and a failed state. 25 years after the genocide, survivors view Kagame as the guarantor of their existence, guiding Rwanda toward unity and reconciliation. Kagame's governance style is characterized by firmness, emphasizing anti-corruption measures and suppressing Western propaganda. Harsh penalties await politicians with hate-filled rhetoric, reflecting Kagame's commitment to fostering unity. Embedded in the Rwandan constitution, his mission is to protect the people from genocide by any necessary means, a mission sometimes misunderstood by the Western world. This commitment may endure through future leaders for generations to come. The challenge at hand involves building a new united nation with a shared purpose among individuals who played roles as both perpetrators and victims, coexisting with a common objective: the enhancement of their village, district, and country. In this effort, Kagame operates within the parameters of the Rwandan constitution, following the people's mandate. However, international analysts and democracy advocates often grapple with embracing Kagame's unconventional approach, evaluating Rwandan politics from a Western perspective and potentially overlooking the complexities of governing post-genocide. Over the past 25 years, Rwanda has undergone a profound national transformation, offering a compelling case study. A significant achievement is seen in the realm of maternal health, where Rwandan mothers now receive comprehensive antenatal and postnatal care, resulting in a remarkable 77% decrease in maternal mortality ratios between 2000 and 2013. Routine vaccinations for newborns, a clean city, and safe nighttime strolls for citizens have become the norm. From a Rwandan perspective, these advancements embody human rights in action, contributing to the support for constitutional changes in 2015 that allowed Kagame to run for election again after his term ended in 2017, with over 60% of voters in favor. While concerns are raised by some outsiders about the lack of a clear successor being groomed, Kagame has chosen a different path, mentoring thousands of young men and women to guide the country into the future. The average age of his cabinet is 40, with women comprising 50%. In 2018, Kagame chaired the African Union, advocating for transformative initiatives like the Continental Free Trade Area, signed in Kigali. Despite his unassuming stature, Kagame, in power since overthrowing the genocidal regime in 1994, remains a steadfast figure. Recently, declaring his candidacy for a fourth presidential term, his influence extends beyond Rwanda's borders, with Rwandan troops actively engaged in various international missions, combating rebels in the Central African Republic, facing jihadists in Mozambique, and preparing for deployment to Benin. Rwanda, the fourth smallest country in Africa, with a population of approximately 13 million, has made significant strides since the devastating events of the 1994 genocide. The nation has witnessed substantial reconstruction, achieving progress in poverty reduction, economic development, healthcare, and overall quality of life. The poverty rate dropped from 77% in 2001 to 55% in 2017, and life expectancy surged from 26 years in 1993 to 69 years in 2019, earning Rwanda a place among the top 5 countries globally for gender equality. In the 2017 Global Gender Gap Report, female representation in parliament reached 61%, and women's participation in the labor force stood impressively at 84% in 2019. Now, let's delve into the untold story of Rwanda's rebirth, 2 decades after the devastating 1994 genocide that claimed around 800,000 lives in just 100 days. The remarkable narrative revolves around a pivotal role played by women in reconstructing the nation. Rwanda, emerging from the aftermath of civil war, stands as one of the fastest-growing economies on the African continent. Antoinette Uwimana, the country director of Women for Women International Rwanda, highlighted the post-genocide challenges. Rwanda lay in complete devastation, with roadsides strewn with corpses, churches and schools in ruins, and offices and businesses looted. Moreover, the nation grappled with the trauma of atrocious crimes that had decimated its population. Given that a significant number of those killed were men, and many male perpetrators had fled, approximately 70% of Rwanda's post-genocide population was female. Faced with the imperative of ensuring the survival of their families, women stepped into leadership roles. Women for Women International played a crucial part in the country's reconstruction, empowering over 75,000 Rwandan women since 1997. Through their one-year program, women progressed from cleaning buildings to actively reconstructing them, initiating businesses across the country and contributing to stability in the aftermath of unspeakable violence. After experiencing one of the most devastating genocides in history, Rwanda has undergone a remarkable transformation, becoming unrecognizable from its past. It has emerged as one of Africa's safest, cleanest, and most dynamic countries. The substantial economic growth has attracted global investors to Kigali, the capital of Rwanda. Tourism has also thrived, drawing 1 million visitors each year who come to witness the country's beauty and observe the well-protected community of mountain gorillas. However, Captain Ibrahim seeks to glean more than just development and progress lessons from Rwanda and Paul Kagame. His initiative to send top military and police generals indicates a broader objective: to understand how to anticipate and address potential plots before they evolve into coups. This strategic foresight is crucial for Captain Ibrahim to reconstruct his nation while preventing any openings for Western powers to overthrow him. Paul Kagame's governance and security approach, characterized by a robust central authority, economic development, and a focus on national unity, serve as a model for this endeavor. Over the past 23 years, Kagame's policies have played a pivotal role in reconstructing Rwanda and preventing a resurgence of violence. Kagame's adept management of the military involves periodic purges to maintain loyalty among generals and soldiers, prioritizing allegiance to the nation over former colonial powers. As witnessed in a recent overhaul, Kagame announced dismissals, including long-serving generals Major General Aloys Muganga and Brigadier General Francis Manda, for indiscipline. This stringent measure requires the surrender of military equipment and the departure from the army without benefits. Such purges are instrumental in eliminating any potential fractions within the military that could lead to coups. A strong leader like Kagame ensures the expulsion of conflicting elements to maintain unity in the army. Kagame's recent appointments, such as Juvenile Rwanda as defense minister, Mubarak Muganga as the new chief of defense staff, and Vincent Niakundi as the army chief of staff, demonstrate his commitment to leadership changes. The president also authorized the dismissal of other ranks and approved the rescission of additional ranks. These actions, part of Kagame's continuous efforts, underscore the importance of a cohesive and disciplined military for the nation's stability. The head of Women for Women International Rwanda revealed the aftermath of the genocide, describing Rwanda as devastated. The landscape was marred by the presence of numerous corpses along roadsides, while churches, schools, offices, and businesses lay in ruins. The nation grappled with the traumatic aftermath of atrocious crimes that had significantly impacted its population. Notably, a large percentage of those killed were men, and many male perpetrators had fled to neighboring nations. The driving force behind this renaissance is Paul Kagame, who has held the position of the country's president for the past decade. As a former rebel leader, he successfully reconciled the nation and reversed its fortunes. However, Captain Ibrahim aims to learn more than just about development and progress from Rwanda and Paul Kagame. Sending his army chief, top military, and police generals to Rwanda underscores his desire to comprehend how to anticipate and address potential plots before they escalate into coups. To ensure the reconstruction of his nation without any vulnerability to Western powers attempting overthrow, Captain Ibrahim Traore is keen on learning from the governance and security approach of Paul Kagame. Kagame's policies, emphasizing a robust central authority, economic development, and national unity, have played a pivotal role in reconstructing Rwanda and preventing a resurgence of violence over the past 23 years. Kagame has effectively maintained the loyalty of his military through strategic purges, keeping generals and soldiers aligned with him and not former colonial powers, initiating periodic overhauls, including recent dismissals following the appointment of a new defense minister, army chief, and head of internal security. Kagame ensures the unity of the military and minimizes the risk of internal conflicts that could lead to coups. Captain Ibrahim Traore, facing coup attempts and wary of external influences, sent Burkina Faso's military chief of general staff to Rwanda to understand how to maintain a united military and avoid internal fractions. By learning from Kagame's strategies, Traore aims to create a loyal atmosphere within his military and navigate challenges posed by external powers attempting to replace African military leaders. Captain Ibrahim's decision to prioritize urgent issues over elections in 2024 reflects his practical approach, recognizing the Western powers' efforts to influence African military leaders. Given the coup attempts he has faced, Traore is conscious of the need to safeguard against external interference and seeks insights into maintaining military unity and avoiding fractions, crucial elements in preventing coups orchestrated by external forces. So, what do you think of our video? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and as always, do subscribe to the New Africa channel for more exciting future videos.